Welcome to the Gorlitz High Performance Garage channel. I have some irritating news. I tried to start the Chevelle yesterday and it wouldn't pump any fuel. I did do a video about putting another fuel pump on, a high volume one. And it wouldn't work. And I don't even know how the old one worked, because this rod right here that you see is what drives the fuel pump, the mechanical fuel pumps on these small block Chevys, and it runs off a lobe on the camshaft, and it just goes down there and hits the lever on the back of the let me show you here. On the back of the fuel pump, it hits this lever right here and makes the fuel pump pull fuel from the tank. Well, unfortunately, I can't get that cocksucker out of there. For some reason it bent, or it got mushroomed on the other end, or something. Something's wrong. I would say that it probably rounded the lobe off on the camshaft at this point. The car did run in here on its own power, but I did have some issues where I didn't think that it was delivering enough fuel at high RPMs. So I thought, well, might as well put another fuel pump on it. And that clearly didn't work. So Mr. Gasket makes a fuel pump. It's electric, and you got to mount it back there close to the fuel tank, like lower than the fuel tank, which would be like on the frame someplace where your gas line runs, and you got to hook it up to a toggle switch and all that other happy horse shit. So that's what I'm going to have to do, and we're going to try that route, because I really don't want to pull this engine back out of here and tear it down for the fuel pump rod. And it's not going to affect my valve train any other way. So I did have the car run just a little bit. I poured gas in the carburetor and it ran that out and it shut off. And then I knew after so many start attempts, I knew it wasn't going to start, because the fuel filter was bone dry, just like it is right now. I even pulled the hose off the top of the pump and tried to prime it. Didn't work. So there was no action going on down there to make fuel come through anything, because that rod is just, it's stuck. I've taken channel locks, put on it. I've took vice grips and pried on them with a screwdriver with them hooked to it. Nothing will bring it out. It doesn't move freely in there, because usually when you take these fuel pumps off, that rod will just come right down out of there and rest against this plate that stuck to my rag there. And it'll fall right up against this plate. You know, of course, you know, that's a that's a nice job right there, isn't it? It looks like shit. But anyway, I'm going to buy a block-off plate. Get them in any auto parts store that has Mr. Gasket stuff. That fuel pump, that electric one, it's probably like, I don't know, I think it was like $50. Something like that. And it doesn't require a regulator, because it isn't just a pump. Like a fuel injection type fuel pump would have to have a regulator, because you have to have constant pressure on fuel injection, and it's going to be way more than 5 to 7 psi. It's going to be up there pretty good to like, I don't know, I think it's like 15 or something like that. I don't know. You have to look that up and find out for yourselves. But anyhow, this is what's wrong. This is my problem. And we're going to solve it with that pump. But, well, shit happens. It's just something you got to deal with. I hate it. It sucks. But what can you do? I don't particularly think it's a great thing. I didn't want to go with an electric fuel pump, but at this point it's going to be more reliable, and we're just going to have to go from there. And when I get that all straightened up, we're going to work on this bitch. We're going to get this cocksucker to run, and I'm going to run it around this summer. And I don't care if I have to chop somebody's fucking dick and balls off to get it to fucking run. I'll do it. Of course, I'll have to buy a set of tires. I mean, I'd like to buy some wheels for it. These wheels are fucking ugly. It's like, God, they're so ugly. And they have to be 16s on the front because it's got disc brakes and caliper and all that stuff will hit. But anyhow, I got me a list made up of everything, of every car I have that I have to finish up. So, unfortunately, there will be no cold start today. And that's where we're going to have to leave things. But of course, you know, I'll do a video. I'll keep everybody updated. And whether or not you care, doesn't matter to me. I'll make the video and post it on there. Oh well. She's so shiny. I can't keep this thing in the garage this summer. It's gotta come out. We're gonna run her on another test and tune down here this year at the Hagerstown Mason-Dixon Dragway, and just see what I can get this old girl to pull. And it's not gonna be nothing spectacular. If I can get her in the low 13s, I'd really like to run a high 12. That would be awesome. But I guess we'll see what happens. And because she's all broke in. She needs an oil change, the fuel pump, another battery, a starter. The starter that's on it is pretty well fried. If you put a lot of voltage to it, you can get it to run, but it's hopeless. So it's okay, everybody. Have a good day. And all of you stay safe out there. Mask up, don't be stupid, or you look like this guy back here. So, have a good one, everybody.